line that's going up and down in crescendos with a lot of notes, and then there's a bass line that's just going down,
Is that something
down,
that they talked about in that
down.
recent documentary where he was kind of in the studio with that dude with the big beard?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I just read that the
That
reason.
was really cool. They broke down the music and they would play it like one track at a time,
Yeah,
and they'd isolate one track and be like, "Oh yeah, this is cool," and they talked about the
yeah, but the
kind
bass
of
that they used was a six-string bass. That's
mm,
why it looks like John's playing
that's
guitar.
cool.
They got that from Elvis Presley.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know, but you understand? It's like the phenomena of the six-string Gibson is called the Gibson Six, and it goes. So, like you were talking about that documentary, I had seen another documentary where they went to Elvis's house when they were starting out, when they were still wearing the suits and the Beatle cut haircuts, and they went in and Elvis was a little loaded listening to music. He was playing a six-string bass, and he showed it to him. He goes, "This here's a Gibson Six," and it gives you both a bass, gives you the ability to really rhythm out on the guitar, and you can think up riffs, and you can even get up higher without having to go way up the bass neck on it like you would on a four-string bass.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like it pops up everywhere, in funk especially. Like I guarantee every band that played with Parliament probably had a six-string bass in there, because it's just one of those things you have to have it. Then I found one that is the copy of the one that John Lennon was playing, and they wanted $14,000 for it.
That's cool.
Fuck. Yeah, that's cool. If you got money.
I mean, that would
That's a
be
car.
more of an investment than something you'd want to play.
Right. Yeah. That's another thing. It's like when you look at like
You
a
want something you want to play.
$3,500. You ever looked at a $3,000 piece of glass and thought, I can't smoke out of that.
I
That's
didn't
awful.
count the strings on Stu Ham's guitar, or his bass, but when he was playing the Peanuts theme song
Yeah.
on the bass, I mean, like adding notes. I mean, flawlessly.
That's why they have a six-string bass in
The
this.
bass line and the lead all at the same fucking time. It was unreal. And that during that solo, he gave me a pick, and then a guy behind me was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I can't believe you got a Stu Ham pick," and I'm like, I didn't even know who the guy's name was. I didn't even know. I was like, "Stu Ham," and he's like, "Yeah, the bass player, the guy that just gave you the fucking pick," and I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
that's
really?" And he's like, "Yeah, we came here from Somerset just to see him." And this was a fucking Joe Satriani show. Like, Stu Ham played bass for Joe Satriani, who also gave me a pick at that show. And so I kept the Satriani pick, and I gave the nice people behind me the Stu Ham pick. And the Stu Ham pick was admittedly a lot nicer. It was a big triangle, like a big old triangle, and it was like rainbow colored. It was fucking bitching.
yeah.
It was really
Now
neat
I'm
looking.
torn, my friend, because now I found a six-string bass that they may have at Guitar Center for $500.
Nice.
That's a Squire. Yeah, it depends on how nice it plays. I'll have to play it first.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm torn now between getting a six-string bass and getting a seven or eight-string guitar, which I've always wanted. When I played an eight-string guitar, I got lost in some like really progressive shit that even I didn't know
I
I could
just
play.
heard
I was
somebody.
like, wow, I didn't know I was really into progressive rock, but apparently that's what you play on those things. So let's segue out of that bullshit. As far as that shopping spree goes, let's go into another shopping spree. We're here right now.
Planet 13?
hmm Now we're gonna go through the brand. Let's go through the brands first, I think, because I don't want to. Because I'm only gonna get flour. I'm not looking to get anything else right now. And they start at like Alien Labs. I know that's too expensive. Bensky's up there. Bensky. Well, no, Bensky's only 40. They have a cherry blossom slushy and a Dr. Jones. Cactus Farms is kind of new. $63 an eighth,
How about LA Made? Have you ever heard of that?
and it's a Jack Herrera. Never mind. No, thank you.
Have you heard of LA Made?
Not on here. It's not on our menu.
No, it's kind of an LA County thing, and I think it's a company that Capulator owns,
The Jelly Donuts
to be
is still
honest.
there under Caliva.
And he's the guy who bred the Mac.
Okay, so here's what I want your. I'm
Yeah.
sure people are saying it's great, but
He has a neat forum called the Bean Basement too.
do you know? Would you happen to know who runs Cannabiotics. It's this. They have like real simple. They keep it really, really simple. Like here's our indica, here's our sativa, here's a hybrid. Kush Mountain, L'Orange, El Orange is the other one, and Thick Mint Cookies is their hybrid. Oh, Kush Mountain, I guess, is a hybrid.
Did you say Thin Mint cookies?
Thick.
Oh, thick.
Spelled THICC for some reason.
I don't know, man.
Thick with two C's. I don't know what that means.
Sounds like. I mean, there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to do that three choice thing. I mean, that's kind of the.
Well,
that's the Progresso way of doing things. There was like a very famous marketing specialist and he was a strategist, and he did a TED Talk, and he talked about how he told Progresso that people can't process more than three choices. Like people can, but it's more efficient to give them three.
Start you off at the place with, do you like sativas?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it? I'm like, dude, I like weed. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just relax. I like weed. We'll be fine. I tell them what I don't like. I do not like Jack Herrera just because it's rare that I find a Jack Herrera. I'm a poet and didn't know it. It's rare that I find a Jack Herrera that doesn't give me a headache because it's too plasticky or too chemi tasting or weird tasting for me. It's just a personal preference. It's not like if you handed me a fucking fresh bong hit of Jack Herrera, all green, clean bong, and I'm going to go, no, thank you. I'd rather have that fucking half-smoked joint over there in the ashtray that God knows who was puffing on and left there. No, of course I'll take a bong hit of Jack Herrera. But, it's just not my favorite. That's my least favorite. And then my favorites are like all the gassy ones and, the Gorilla Glues and anything that's earthy and freaky tasting. I'm not like, the sweets and the fruities are great, but they get a little old after a while. It's like, yeah, everything's a cake and everything's a gelato. And I know they're good. I know they get you buzzed, but they have the same kind of a similar couch lock, and they drop you off after a couple of hours. They're not as versus like a really good sativa, which for me burns me out after a while. That's how I want to crash. Is like I want to be racing for like 4 to 5 hours and then crash. You know what I mean? I don't want something that gives me a buzz for an hour and a half and then gives me a headache. So then we go from Candescent is another one that's like that, calm, charge, create, cruise, connect, but they don't tell you what it is. They don't tell you the lineage of it. They don't, you know what I mean? And maybe it does on the box, but then we move to Cheech's Private Stash. He's only got one of those left, the Padaro Pipeline. Apparently nobody wanted that one. Because all the rest of them are gone.
Pedro Pipeline?
Padaro Pipeline is... Padaro is this area around Malibu, I think, or something like, or Santa Barbara.
Yeah, Chung has a place in Malibu.
Nice.
He still lives there, I think.
He has weed here too. I was going to get to him, but he's way down at the bottom.
Isn't there a Cheech and Chong weed?
$49 for Clade 9. Not bad. Diamond Dust, White Side. And so when you click on the picture, it tells you what it is. It's a Bubba OG family is the Diamond Dust. And let's see, the White Side. I can barely read that one. Why? Oh, Cheese OG family from the White Side. Medusa. That's a low testing one. That's only got 18% THC on it. But the TAC on it, is 23%. That's the Cheese and Bubba family mixed. Huh. I remember when 18% weed was actually really potent. It wasn't like smoking hash when you take a fucking 35% hit. Some of those are just too much, man. But let's just jump to my favorites. Let's see. I'm gonna skip Connected Cannabis. Well, no, I'll look at Connected. There is one that they still got it. Oh, they still have it. There's one that kind of gets me that I've been thinking about getting. It's called The Chemist. But see, these are $54 an eighth. That's a little crazy, before you tack on the 32%.
Would you like that chemi taste?
Yeah, this one is The Chemist is not. Yeah, no, but it's not just chem. They're called The Chemist for something I forgot what are the lineage of it. It tells me somewhere. Oh, I think I looked it up, but it's not what you would think it is, but it gives you a chemi taste for some reason. One of them is a chem cross, so it's like so the chem's way back there. You know what I mean? Like it's in the secondary cross. It's how we were talking about. You cross too many, they get a little freaky, a little less of what they should be, I guess. Let's go back. I digress. That's too much money to spend. Because we have stuff like Kaliva, $32 an eighth. And it's really, really good. Cookies. I've been thinking long and hard about getting that Lemonade's cake mix, just because we read that it's grown in a canyon, and it's their what do you call artisan grow weed.
Oh, yeah, I actually just saw an advertisement for that. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, we grow here, and the wind really whips through here, and it really stresses the plant out. So I get a lot less, but the terpene profile is amazing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you're getting an amazing terpene profile by stressing your plants out. That's
Well, from the wind.
it's precious."
From the wind. It's still natural. It's not like he's like putting it into so like some people do, where they put it into when they're growing indoors and they crank the air conditioning up to get it to turn purple.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I gotta get purple weed so people will buy it. Like, it doesn't do anything, but make it little. Actually, in my opinion, the stressed purple weed has a lot of couch lock, but no high at all. Not my opinion. I don't get a lot of those that give me a head buzz at all. It's all body high.
That's maybe they're harvesting too soon. They're not waiting till things are turning amber. A lot of people like to harvest when everything's just cloudy and there's just a couple of amber ones.
Yeah.
Then a lot of people like to wait until there's 20% amber or at least 10. I think 10 has kind of been the standby.
So we're on
10
cookies.
or 30. 10 to 30.
All the cookies we've been through, I've been through all of them with you. The Gary Payton, the Georgia Pie, all of them are $54. The London Pound Cake's only 20% THC with a CBD of 0.16 or 0.16, 0.16. But it's still $54. That Collins Avenue lemon pepper, that's the Rick Ross stuff, is $54. All of it, $54 an eighth.
Oh.
It's still cheaper there than it is at Cookies, though, in Los Angeles. Or it's right around the same if you want to drive to LA. I don't live there. DNA. These guys are good. $45.
All I know is Bernard doesn't really need the money.
Yeah,
I follow that guy on Instagram. He's got freaking Maybachs and fucking private jets, and he does not need your money.
Yeah.
But if the weed's good, I guess. I don't know. Bart, what are you doing?
Oh, well, it's probably why he likes it like that. Why he charges that much.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Fiore, I gotta give the thumbs up to that guava berry. They want to get that one again.
It's not cheap to keep up that hype either.
So it was $50 for. Okay, so they package it a lot like Cookies, but you know what I mean, in the envelope to save money. But again, they charge a lot. But still, Fiore. They have the Pomelo Anderson, the Bugatti, but the guava berry was 24.23% THC with a 0.62 CBD. I'm like, oh yeah. It was really. Oh my God! C4 has a 0.88 and it's 25. Okay, we're getting that one this time. That's even higher than the fucking guava berry. Can you believe that shit?
But
the CBD to THC ratio on these is amazing. 25.28 with a 0.88. So 25% THC and 0.88 on the fucking CBD. That's really high.
It's cool.
C4. All right, I'll give that one a day in court. We'll see what happens.
There are 1-to-1s out there, but a lot of people don't like the 1-to-1s.
It's not 1-to-1, but it's close, right? You need some of that, and you need some CBD in there with that THC. It helps the THC last longer, in my opinion. Maybe just it's because that's how it affects me, but yeah, I like it.
What, buddy? What do you want? You just want attention?
Cherry cookie.
You're such a pretty boy. You really are.
Big purple and the mellow. I was not.
Say hi. Say hi, Bart.
Hi, Bart. I can't see you right now, but hi, Bart.
You're so
Who's
cute.
a good boy?
Do you see him?
Who? Me?
No, Bart was looking right at you.
Oh, hi, Bart.
Bart,
Hey,
look.
Bart. You see me? You see me, Bart?
Or he's looking at
Good
himself.
dog.
I think he's looking at himself. That's
He's looking at
funny.
himself. I am a pretty boy. Here's another one I've been thinking about giving a day in court. Now it's only 22% THC.
You
It's
should
got
have your own shit.
0.07 CBD, but it's called papaya waska, and everybody goes off about the taste on it.
Papaya waska. Okay.
Yeah, you're like ayahuasca and papaya mixed together. Papaya waska. But I'm not sure what
Does
the what
ayahuasca have a nice taste?
No, I would imagine.
I would
it
hope
tastes
not.
like ass.
I would hope not.
Tastes like tree bark.
I would want to be like, damn, can I get another sip of that ayahuasca, yo? I'm thirsty.
No.
I'm parched.
What if it was papaya and sort of an earthy kind of a peat mossy tree bark taste at the end while you're smoking? That might be good. People are going off about the taste on it, but I'd have to we could always do a real quick. I don't want to spend too much time doing this. I got to place the order in pretty soon. Oh fuck! I can't even be doing it here. I got to be doing it here.
All right. Go ahead and place your order.
Well, I haven't decided yet. We're going to decide, and then I'm going to jump off, and then I'll place my order, and then.
All right. Sounds good.
But let's we're still shopping here. Let's keep on shopping.
The dogs are harassing me. Like, Charlie's downstairs staring at me, and Bart's up here advocating. He's advocating for her, for sure.
Well, Ricky Williams bring his weed, and it's only $41, and he's got Jesus Skittlesworth.
Oh, that sounds kind of
Jimmy
good.
Jr. and Cherry Rice. Yeah, the Skittlesworth is what I'm thinking.
Skittlesworth, yeah, that sounds really good.
Jesus Skittlesworth.
Yeah, that would be like a really fruity, gassy.
Jesus is one that's
The
supposed
Jesus
to have
OG.
yeah, it has a pain healing effect. Why not? Let's
Jesus OG is a subcool strain. And actually, I just talked, I was on a live with Miranda Family Farms the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday, actually. And we were talking about a mutual person that we know. And I said I'd never had the pleasure. And he's like, oh, well, he's like, just send, let me know where to send, and I'll hook you up. And I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome, man. So we might do a little trade of playing cards.
Huh.
I'll get
I should
his
send
Daryl
you
Strawberry, and I'll give him my Ken Griffey. Something like that. What am I going to do to the house today? God, Thanksgiving is in a week and 2 days, man. That's crazy. We're going to have guests probably Wednesday of next week. That's harsh. And I'm supposed to pick up a Christmas tree this weekend. Is that crazy?
This weekend? Why?
Because
this
is when they get cut. The Christmas trees all get cut about this time of year, and it doesn't really matter when you go. Remember when we worked at the tree lot?
Yeah.
I don't think those trees were coming in as they were getting cut, and a lot of them, there were trees still there that came in the first day, that people were buying in the last day.
Yeah.
And they would have been fresher if they had been in water the whole time. So that's my theory, is like, it doesn't really matter how early in the season you go to get it, as long as you keep it in water. As long as it's got water, it's going to stay pretty fresh. The thing that keeps, that makes them seal up is they sit for a week out of water at the lot.
I'm not sure I want to do that.
Either that, or it would be nice to go and cut your own too. But those cut your owns aren't going to be, they're not going to be left. There won't be any available after, like, the busiest weekend is going to be the weekend after Thanksgiving. And they'll be gone after that, pretty much.
Ooh, maybe I should get the LaRouche instead of the high spin Skittle, Jesus Skittles.
And since we're having Thanksgiving here, it might be kind of nice to have a trade. I don't know. Maybe some people will be like,
I think I'll hit Skittlesworth on a different note. I think I'm going to stick with Maven because they've been doing me right.
All right.
Let's go with the La Rouge.
Get the La Rouge, man. Sounds
L.A.
like
Rouge.
L.A. Rouge.
It's basically the same as their Afghani Kush or whatever that they had. Their Kashmir Kush. No. Let's get rid of Jesus Skittlesworth. There we go. All right.
I want to meet him, man. He sounds like a cool dude. Jesus Skittlesworth, you know?
All blessed our
Him-
Lord Jesus Skittlesworth.
Him and Money Penny, you know? Those are cool
All right,
names.
man. Well, that was a cool little shopping trip to.
All right.
Planet
Planet 13,
Y'all, thank you for
everybody.
coming along with me.
Everybody
Thank
loves
you for coming
Planet
along with
13.
me, and I'm gonna go place my order, and I'll talk to you later. You go take the dogs out.
They
and
got
I'll talk to you
they got a
when you go.
spot in Vegas, I hear.
They do.
Yeah.
Right on the strip.
All right, well, good
right
luck
on the strip, right
with
on
your
the strip.
job. I totally hope you get it. And then if you do, we probably won't be doing this very much. But
No, we will. We can still do this with
Oh.
my phone, and we can still do this. I still want to do this.
All right, cool.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right. Later.
Bye.